Truth, news, and reviews. Y'all know we back and you know how we do. It's your boy Rob and Ja.
Yeah, man,
Holy
this is the
shit.
home of cultural commentary and hip hop news.
Yeah.
So I felt like we had to speak on Jess Hilarious and the beef that has developed between her and T.S. Madison. Jess
Mm.
Hilarious had a lot to say about the trans community, namely
Mm.
men, biological men who have transitioned into women. Jess seems to
Yeah.
be threatened by that. I don't know. I guess y'all could judge by your for yourselves. We
Mm-hmm.
could get into what she said.
Definitely. Let's get into that.
I'll read a quote from Jess. She says, "Who the f is going to stand up for us?" More asked in a now deleted video. And us, I mean real women, biological women. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between a trans person and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? The only difference is you don't have a straight jacket on. Mm. How you feel about that statement?
Damn. I mean, that's her speaking her piece. I can understand her frustration, but I mean, I guess we all got some mental issues with somewhat, but for her to say the straight jacket, I mean, man, I'm standing with Jess, man. I mean,
You standing with Jess?
I'm standing with Jess on this one, man. How you feel about it?
Uh, I think people get frustrated and mad at things that they don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Not really understanding where the anger is coming from on her part. I mean, she's giving her opinion. If they're living their lives just trying to exist, why are you so mad? And I mean, we could really break down what she said piece by piece.
Yeah.
Um, Mainly the thing about you know, people who are transgender. The only difference between them and the mentally insane is that they don't have straight jackets on.
I
I'm just
think she,
gonna go.
yeah.
I'm gonna go by science. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not. I don't. I'm somebody who lets my opinion be based in evidence.
Yeah.
This thing has been studied thoroughly.
Right.
It's just not true what she said. I'm a straight guy, but
Right.
I am a black man at the same time. I'm from a group of people that have been marginalized in this country. So anytime I see that people are being treated than less than human beings, whether it's a woman, whether it's a Jewish person, whether it's a gay person, trans person, I don't really like it. You know, and just to kind of give some context, uh, this has been widely studied. You can hear Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about this, but I'll read from here. This is
Right.
from Gender Spectrum, Hildreth.com.
Mm-hmm.
Today, numerous scientific fields, including biology, endocrinology, physiology, genetics, neuroscience, and reproductive science, have confirmed that both sex and gender exist as a spectrum. This is true for humans and across the animal kingdom. So we don't really have to argue about this too much. The science is pretty clear on that. The best we have is a scientific consensus. So I think she was just wrong. I think she's a little misinformed, a little misguided, not understanding where the anger comes from. Just to kind of flesh out the conversation, as you can see, academics inserted himself into the beef. He says, I thought she was trans this whole time.
And I'm glad. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
That you. This is my point of
Mm-hmm.
why I feel like where the anger comes from. So let
Okay.
me interject my piece. I feel like it's women out there that have maybe a little features. I remember I knew a girl back in high school that she had a little bit more hair on her uh, mustache area than others, and she got a little jokes for that, but that was harsh. But there are women out there that have little features that because you would be like, I know some men out there may say, "Man, is that a trans man woman?" So I think that's probably where her anger comes from. It's like they throwing me in this category now. So like y'all making my whole feeling about myself feel bad now, you know?
Well, that could be possible. I'm not a mind reader, so I don't know where the anger comes from. You're attributing it to that. Fair enough. The first thing that Jess was responding to was a transgender individual, if I'm not mistaken, named Blessing Rose, who said cis women don't own womenhood or periods, and that's kind of what set Jess off. She felt
Right.
uh like her womanhood was being challenged or somebody was
Yeah.
trying to take that from her. I don't feel that away. I get women might push back on the whole cis women title. I don't know if that title is scientific or if that's just a social term that came up, but I know this. When you're trying to call a group of people a certain name, the name should come from that group of people. Anytime an outside group
Mm.
labels a group of people a name, sometimes you run into problems with that. So if
Most times. Yeah.
biological women don't want to be called cis women, let's not call them that. We have respected. I mean, I'll speak for myself.
Right.
I have respected the LGBTQIA community when they don't want to be called a certain name or they deem something to be offensive in some kind of way. I back off it, because I don't need the argument. I don't need the back and forth. So I'm all about respect and love. If women don't want to
Ain't
be
nothing wrong
referred
with
to
that.
as cisgender, that's fine. But I gotta agree with Blessing Rose that you can't really own womanhood. This is something that humans we know express on the
Mm.
spectrum. I just read that there's actually I think 0.5% of our population that are born with both male and female parts of genitalia. So you really can't just say only women could be called women. You could be born with both and in your mind feel as though you want to live the life as a woman, or you express sexuality and gender as a woman, and that's how you want to live your life. You undergo gender affirming care, and that's how you want to be referred to and dealt with as. I can't really knock that. These people are simply trying to exist. And to say that they're delusional, mentally insane, or angry, I think she's painting with a broad brush. I don't like it. Sounds kind of hateful. And if you look at the statistics, transgender people are going through a lot right now. They're getting beat up, getting killed. A lot of anti-trans rhetoric from the right, with guys like Trump, uh, Elon Musk, Tucker Carlson. The list goes on. There's a lot of people just saying stuff that is making it hard for him out here. So I don't think what Jess was saying was his step in the right direction. Academics saying that, oh, he thought she was trans the whole time. I don't like that either. Um,
Right.
uh,
And but you
calling
see the conflict, but I get you. You bringing it up in a scientific way. But do you see the conflict that it brings to just to speak, not to see on how what Jess said? Do you understand her frustration though? Like
no,
we understand the science.
I mean, I don't know what her frustration is really.
Okay,
I'm just
so
going to
look,
address
now I'm
what she
trying to
said.
give
I'm
it to
not a
you.
mind
Right,
reader.
right. So now I'm trying to give it to you. You don't like what academics said, right? That now that it's the transgender and it's the cis community out here, now she could be titled into that type of group. So that's probably where can you see women out here being frustrated from that reason?
Because so who are you supposed to be mad at? Somebody who's mistaken what
I
you
ain't
are?
saying
Are
who
you
she's
mad at
supposed
the
to be
trend?
mad at, but I'm saying, can you understand her
No, it
frustration?
doesn't make sense to me. What you're saying don't
Okay.
really make a lot of
I'm
sense to
saying
me.
her
I don't.
frustration.
I
I'm
don't.
saying
I'm dealing with what she said. What
right,
you're
but what academics
ascribing
said,
to her,
but
I don't like
academics
what
said
he said. If I could get a
exactly
word out, I don't like
right.
what he said because calling black women saying that they look like men, that's tied to some racist shit. That ain't good, and she is a woman, so him saying that in a joking way, that's kind of what racist people say about black women a lot. It's not good. I don't like that. Just like when they were saying all of
But
that stuff
that's
about Michelle Obama, I
yeah.
didn't like it.
But
So
listen, he's just bringing his opinion. He said he
I don't
thought
think
that
he
she
would. I
was a
don't think that's
trans.
his real opinion. I think he's joking. I think he's saying it to be mean.
No, okay, well, listen, I'm gonna tell you from me looking at Jill Hilarious, And I'm not
Jess
trying to be
hilarious.
racist.
Jess,
Just
come on.
hilarious. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not trying to put her in the category with crayons. I'm just trying to be realistic and let people understand. When I look at her, I can kind of now I can kind of be, since this whole trans came, when you look at women features now, you do ask these questions. Rather we want to make every woman think they're a woman or not, males are going to look at women and be able to want to question, is this an authentic woman or not, or is this is a manufactured woman?
Okay. Okay. So why is that important to bring
It's
up in this
important
conversation?
because if Jess, I'm speaking on Jess and how she feels, not that it's right or wrong, but I understand her frustration.
Did she
If
say that?
I'm just letting you, I ain't saying she said it. I'm saying you
Okay.
said
So
where her
this seems like
anger,
a problem
where
you
her
got.
frustration. No, I don't got a problem with it. I'm telling you
If
where
she
the
didn't say
frustration.
that, why are you
I'm
ascribing that
saying
to
where
her?
her frustration came from. I'm
You
telling
making
you,
it up though.
this right here is where her frustration comes from. It's
Did she
people
say she was
identify her.
frustrated about that?
No, no.
Okay. So let's leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? She didn't say that. Why are you saying that she's frustrated like by that?
Okay,
But
well, okay.
okay, let's get into what T.S. Madison said. There are so many real women that get mistaken for being transgender women that's where a lot of the anger comes from.
That's what I said.
Okay, this is what T.S.
Okay.
Madison saying.
Okay.
Y'all saying the same thing. I do hope that they take a good look at how transphobia affects all women. I'm not trying to take away any women's rights to be women. I'm frustrated. I'm hurt. All I'm trying to do is exist, Madison told the publication. I came from a black woman. I was raised by black women. I know the plight and the struggle of black women. My fan base is largely black women. They fight tooth and nail for me, and I do the same for them. For me to get called mentally unstable or saying who stands up for black women, it upsets me. So that's a picture of T.S. Madison right there.
And
Yeah,
it's
I'll
crazy
say the
that
same thing.
yeah. When I look at T.S. Madison, I mean, I'm like,
Careful.
yeah, you got to be careful.
No,
This
I'm
is
saying
what,
you be careful. Go ahead, get it
yeah,
out. What you gonna
I'm
say?
saying. Looking at her, I'm thinking, look, is that little Kim? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So I just understand Jess' frustration. I get where T.S. Madison is coming from as well. It's a problem. It seems like
she.
it seems
Okay, go ahead. I mean,
it seems like it's gonna be there. I think a lot of people are gonna say, yeah, you shouldn't be mad, but I just feel like there are women there that's gonna be frustrated by this situation, and there's nothing we're gonna be able to
frustrated.
do.
So because somebody might ask if
Yeah.
they're real women, because they might have some features that somebody deems like they could have been born a man. That's why they're mad at trans women. That's what so now they got beef
Come
with
on,
them.
man. Women are women
That's
are
the dumbest
emotional,
thing I
bro.
ever heard,
Women are
bro. Not the ever
emotional.
dumbest thing I
Yeah.
ever heard, but it's probably the dumbest thing I heard today. I don't
Right.
agree with T.S. Madison describing that to Jess Hilarious. Jess Hilarious never said that it was about that. She was responding to somebody talking about womanhood and period. So to put that into the situation, and plus another thing, Jess Hilarious, I'm sure she not having no problem pulling niggas
She
at
not.
all. You
She
know what I'm
not
saying?
at all. She
So I
bad.
don't I don't think that's something that she
I
was
don't
going
think
through. I
she's a
think that
manly looking woman. I think, like I say, she's a beautiful woman, man. But I can see it nowadays. We got technology, and it's a touchy situation, man. But
all right, well, there you have it, man. Y'all chime in on the comments. Let us know what you think. Was Jess Hilarious out of line? Was T.S. Madison making sense? Is Jess Hilarious really mad because people mistake her as a man and now she has beef with the transgender community? I don't know. If you like what you hear, like and share. And if you want to join our tribe, it's free to subscribe. All you got to do is hit the button, hit the bell, and we already had like 40,000 views over the last 28 days. If 5% of y'all just hit the subscribe button, we could really be doing some things. So y'all let us
5% of
know
y'all
in the
drop that
comments.
bag.
Yeah, man. We tried to touch a little bad, tried to raise the quality of the show a little bit,
Hey, man. Shrewd. Y'all stay shrewd out here, man. We're gonna catch you in the next one.